Great. Good morning. Whoops. ah, oh, I have the thingy on. Let's turn it off. You're looking well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest. If you came hoping for tidings from Cryo, I'm afraid we're still waiting. We do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place, but the Alliance says it's the situation well in hand, thanks in no part to Hori Boulder and the others. Meanwhile, talks with the beast tribes are going even better than expected. Encouraged by Old Daw's progress with the Amaja, Gridania has opened negotiations with the Ixal, believe it or not. All of which is obviously very encouraging, but with the Telefry still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. Begging your pardon, but I've come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is due to be held in Alamigo, and your attendance is humbly requested. Ah, we were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Telefari. In concert with our new allies, the beast tribes have also been invited. It is hoped that they will join us in the fight against our common foe. So the alliance would bring all the beast tribes into the fold in a single stroke. An ambitious plan given the delicacy of the negotiations, but mayhap an expedient one, considering the threat we face. Indeed, my lady, as for their part, I am told the beast tribes have agreed to attend. If the Scions too are present, all of Eorzea will be represented. To arrange such a meeting must have been quite an undertaking, not only diplomatically but practically. If Urian J starts talking and he is not voiced, I'm not reading that. Pray inform the Alliance that we will be honored to participate. We shall make for Alamigo without delay. Now bear y'all answer thither with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace. Well, now that we have accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? I move that you and Y'shtola lead our contingents. Given how long you have worked in to end summoning, it is only right that you will be present for what promises to be a heroic moment. I think we all played our part in that little endeavor, don't you? Okay. All present may rightly claim a seat. I do quite agree, but by your leave, I believe I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination of our defensive efforts. I'm not coming either. Amarok will be there, and I'd rather not be interrogated. Very well then, with those in mind to hold the fort, get on with the holding it. I suggest the rest of us make for Alamigo, shall we? Something's gonna go wrong. Every time we hold council meetings like this, something goes wrong. What do you have to say? Don't forget to bring me something nice from Alamigo. Irianje wants to make friends with the Stadium. Okay.
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would! Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay. Freed our people must be!
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
Y'Stola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea, And together there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome. I beg your pardon?
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus. A little Chrissy will outdo us, perhaps? Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future, as allies united in purpose.
Make mock of the Ixal the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets! Pits brother against brother! Free them from his grasp, we shall!
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Praise me!
Yeah, it just came out, Croc. And the new Basha stuff is out as well.
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more Porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal.
I don't know how you didn't know.
Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them. To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We Amalja would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the Scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
You're asking me? The Grand Company of Eorzea, I guess.
But that's the name I...
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here, Oh, forgive me. Might we speak outside?
Well, now that we are out of earshot of the other delegates, I hope you will forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed of this day since the moment I first set foot upon these shores, and that I was heartened as anyone to see the people of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet, even as they uttered their declarations, all I could think about was the conflict to come of the sacrifices that would be made and the lives lost. Inevitabilities that I still struggle to accept. But at least now there is hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step, the first of many. Many and more. Elder Seed Seer, how might we be of service? I seek Master Alphanod's assistance in the matter involving Grindania's neighbors, the Sylphs. I know that you and yours have long kept a weather eye upon the crystal tray, the better to predict the coming of primals, and so you will be familiar with the Sylphs of Ashcrown Conservatorium. Through their dealings, they have cultivated relations not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes. Just so, it is our hope that we may make use of the Sylphs' established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of our new fellowship. Yet there remains a certain practical differences between a trade of consortium and a trade company or grand company. If the Sylphs are to perform their tasks effectively, they will require the counsel of one versed in the operational aspects of an armed force. An armed force founded with the self-same goal in mind, no less. The Crystal Braves, yes, forgive me, Master Alphanod. I know that it was a painful chapter in your life, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. In my hubris, I plotted a course for the Crystal Braves which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception. One intended to pave the way of the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. But my plans all came to naught, built upon a frail foundation of lofty ideals. The Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interest, and I have no wish to see this new endeavor suffer from the same fate. Mayhap I ask too much of you. Not at all. You may count upon my assistance for what little it's worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report including a list of recommendations drawing on the lessons I learned from the failures of the Crystal Babes. You have my gratitude, Master Alphenrod, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray share it directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and earnest efforts of every goodly soul gathered here this day, I have no doubt that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of the Telepharoi and flourish. Until next we meet, my friends. Before committing anything to writing, there are a number of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former Braves, you understand. Might you join me in seeking them out? I can't think of an excuse not to, so yes. Well, I shall be grateful for your help, grudging or not. I'll join you if you're planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades. It'll be a lot quicker if we shared the task of questioning them. Then mayhap Graha can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account of today's events. We should be glad of your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way. Well, look who it is, and what brings you two here. Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? In a matter of speaking, I have been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of the former members of the Crystal Braves. So you want to know why we decided to stick with the Scions, eh? Well, ain't an easy task to put into words that... As I once explained to Zeta, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I hope to redeem myself and will continue to serve the cause for as long as I am able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we were finally reunited with the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. What did that say? But we would have not blamed you had you turned us away. But when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but to try and repay it? Nothing, that's what. As for my own tell, well, I've always felt the Scions had something in common with Mio crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That was our creed. And I still strive to live by it this day. But as time goes on, I've learned that the strengths come in many shapes and sizes, from Hoary Boulder to Mrs. Tataru. We've all have gotten something to offer. And not one of us is doing it for personal gain, because we believe there's more important things than that. Things are worth protecting. Which is what being a Scion's all about. I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. Forgive me, Zeta. Could you... why do you think the Crystal Braves ended in failure? Well, it's founded ideals were something to be proud of, but ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intentions, there was another who was in it for just the coin, the glory, or both. Ours was quite a disparate band, and while we will never forgive Ilbard, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large part to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it all for the wrong reasons, eh? Only takes one bad apple, they say, and the Braves had a barrel full of them. Not like the Scions. We might look like a ragtag band of old misfits, but deep down, we all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? 'Cause Tataru sifted out all the glory. Hunters, before they made it through the door. I see, so while our ranks comprise of a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are all united in purpose. Thank you, my friend. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. Well, I think we've taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I am conscious that less life-affirming testimonies can wait. Let's make way to Gridania and hear what the others had learned. Thanks to Tataru's ever dependable intelligence, we managed to track down a handful of former Braves without great difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture. I must warn you, Alphanod, some of the comments were harsh. I can well imagine, but their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. Thank you. I'll set about adding your findings to my own net once. In the meantime, pray go on to the little solstice and seek out Elder Freakshow? I will join you anon. Why are the shadows freaking out like that? Hello? Oh, they're fine now. I don't know. Anyways. Oh, welcome, brave ones and friends. And friends of brave ones. How good it is to see the walking ones again so soon after the meeting. Should this one perform the customary dance of greeting? No, be at ease. It is true that these ones once delighted in making walking ones dance, but no more. Horned one, Kanisuna, said that the walking ones would be coming to Little Solstice. Imperial ones also invaded Sylphlands and abducted many of these ones. So these ones will be glad to bear messages between fighting friendly ones. That is heartening to hear, Elder. I will require all ones to work in unison to stop the Telephroi. These ones will try very hard, of course, but in matters of war, these ones have little experience. Any advice walking ones can provide would be most welcome. Oh? Another pretty silvered hair one? And in quite a hurry, it seems. Elsa, you must come quickly. Whatever's the matter, Alphamo, don't tell me you couldn't read my handwriting. What? No, a twin adder officer accosted me and I was about to set it out. Charlayan has sent an envoy who is due to arrive in Gridania at any moment. An envoy? Could it be that Krile has managed to sway the form? We shall know soon enough. But there is more. The envoy has requested that the two of us attend the audience with the elders' seats here. Really? I can see why they might want Scions to be present, but us specifically? Wait, isn't it who I think it is? Dear father. It is. I could scarcely believe it myself, but when I inquired as to the envoy's identity, I was told it was one, Fortunault? Leverrier? Your father? Well, now, the fact is that a serving member of the Forum had journeyed here would be a surprise enough, but him? Quite. I glean it from this that they are taking the matter seriously. That may be, but why him? Not one of the other 98 Forum members, unless he volunteered to do it. It has been some time since you last saw your father, has it not? Could it be that he was concerned for your well-being? Perhaps, but he has always been reluctant to discuss his work with us. Indeed, and whenever we write to our parents, it is oh my gosh. It is invariably our mother who replies. Nevertheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet with him after so long, even if it is secondary to his true purpose here. Elder Frisho? Loath though I am to cut our visit short, I must return to Gerdania. Pray accept my apologies along with my report. Never mind, there'll be time to talk later. This one won't keep walking ones for more urgent matters. Go. The audience will be held at the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seed Seer awaits even now. Let us be on our way. Welcome, Warrior of Light, the Elder Seed Seer, and your friends are waiting within. The Alliance granted Mistress Kryle permission to request Charlene aid. We did not anticipate so promptly reply, much less it be delivered by a member of the Forum. What the nature of that reply may be, we shall soon discover.
Elder Seedseer, I thank you for granting me this audience. I am Fortuno Levea, here in my capacity as representative of the Forum.
It is I who should thank you, Master Fortuno, for journeying so far and so swiftly. Would that our first meeting could have been under happier circumstances.
It has been too long, Father. You look well.
As do you both. Ameliance will be glad to hear that you are taking care of yourselves.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course, but is otherwise a picture of health. Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last. And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louisois, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the Primals. Were it not for him, our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That Gridania still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene. And my position remains unchanged.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Sharlayan stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life, who we are. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the Forum's answer to your request. Sharlayan will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
The final days? Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald, one in which Sharlayan will take no part. If the final days were truly upon us, we would know.
Father, you must ask the Forum to reconsider. You may feel safe on your little island across the waves, but if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline. But I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both. Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your grandfather's departure? For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war. Death, devastation, ruin. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize could ever justify such sacrifice? It is the duty of the learned to avert such tragedy. By fanning the flames of war, you forsake all you once held dear.
To ignore the plight of those once might conceivably save is not wisdom, it's insolence. Or insolence. Whatever.
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike her, you should know better. By espousing such barbaric notions, you subvert the teachings of Sharlayan and place all we have worked for in jeopardy. Alphino, Alisaie, as of this moment, you shall no longer bear the name of Leveilleur.
What?
How you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin, I will not stand in your way.
Master Fortuneau, while Charlian may have no intention of intervening in this conflict, we can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us, that we might learn of Charlian's hopes for the morrow?
I have said what I came here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
Father! Wait! Don't bother, Alize!
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?
I like how he brings up his father, Louis Soir, and how opposed he was of coming to letting his father come to Eorzea, as if his dad did not basically save Eorzea the best he could by going toe-to-toe with Bahamut and summoning Phoenix. Yeah, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure Charlian did jack shit when the 7th Umbral Calamity happened. But it's like, if Louis Soir did nothing there, the whole world probably would have got destroyed, Charlian included. So it's like them saying like, oh, we're not going to do anything because it's our way of life or whatever. We just watch history happen and record it happen rather than intervene at all. But you kind of have to intervene when it is the whole world's at stake. But they refuse to see it as such because they're stuck in their ways and they're being dicks about it. I'm kind of nervous for Endwalker because it's taken a lot from Final Fantasy IV, and the twins in Final Fantasy IV, the twin characters, end up sacrificing themselves for Cecil. And I wonder if they might go down the same route of either both or one of the twins dying, or at least getting severely hurt. And I wonder if that's finally gonna be the turning point where their father's gonna be like, okay, we have to do something. I hope not, but they might go down that route. So that's what you came here to say? That we're all fools for having the temerity to defend ourselves against the Telephroi? And as for the rest, like it or not, that was the Forum's decision to light your fire while Eorzea burns. Father was but the messenger, and he handed down their judgment. I can think of nothing to say that would possibly sway him. I still can't. To have prolonged discussion would have changed little, for it is not only Master Fortuneau, who must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. The decision was made ere your father crossed the sea. Nor is like to be changed, and so we shall face the Telephroi without their aid. Forgive me, but if they had no intentions of helping us, then why would they go to the trouble of sending an envoy in the first place? Why did they not just simply keep their counsel as they are wont to do? Yeah, he's arrived and he left and he disowned his kids. Then it is as I feared, my efforts are in vain. I plead our case to as many forum members as I could, but they flatly refused to discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I should rather say that they ignored every word I said on the subject, without exception. It was almost unnerving. Could it be that they are hiding something from us? They might go some way to explain Master Portional's performance? When you said that they would know if the final days were truly upon us, I dismissed it as pride, but what if they generally believe that they know how the world ends, and simply disagree with us about the circumstances? That I don't know, but something tells me that they are not as unconcerned about the Tefloroi as they claim. If the threat were real, why else would they be so standoffish and secretive? I would very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Nor have I fared any better with my other mission, researching Hydaelyn and the Ethereal Sea. I've tried enlisting the help of experts in the field, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone from cooperating with us. Obstructed at every turn. So it would seem, but don't lose heart just yet. With all the knowledge and acquaintances that we have between us, we can still find a way forward. To that end, I would like you all to join me here, when the time is right, of course. I am aware of the matters that Eorzea stand on knife's edge, but with your permission, I can at least start making the necessary arrangements. I've always wanted to visit Charlayan. And so you shall, albeit under less than happy circumstances. It may be a while to secure entry for you all, but I'll let you know when everything is in order. Look after yourselves in the meantime, won't you? Your speculations give me cause to hope. Yet if these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. But if these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it is possible the Charlayans hide some secret from us, there can be no certainty that its exposure will prompt them in a change of heart. And so, for the present, we must needs confront the plight in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused our request for aid, and it falls to us alone to contend with the Tefloroi. Even with all of Eorzea standing united, there is no guarantee we will prevail. What does Charlayan intend to do if we fail? While Charlayan's stance is indeed disappointing, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenge before us. There is much and more to be done. I shall begin by sharing the Forum's response with my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I would ask that the Scions... Grave tidings, Walking Ones, grave tidings. Calm yourself, my gentle friend, what has occurred? These ones who went to see the Feathered Ones sent terrible news. Destroying ones have appeared in Selfatoll. Destroying ones and captured ones, and even frightful godly ones, Feathered ones didn't stand a chance and were sent flapping and squawking. When did this happen? Is it too late to help them? Too late, yes, much too late, but luckily destroying ones were only passing through, and continued on west. Feathered ones who did not fight were left unharmed. West. That could be Corthus. My lady, the Ishgardians report that the Telepharoi have emerged from the eastern highlands of Corthus and are marching at speed. Though their purpose has yet to be determined, the Carcino Flats would seem their most likely destination. Lord Amaric has already dispatched his forces and requests our immediate support. Tell him that he shall have it. The time is come for the Grand Company of the Eorzea to prove its worth. Well, mayhap it is a mercy that we do not have time to stew upon our misfortunes. Come, my friends, let us make haste for Cartano. Wait, this one almost forgot. Destroying ones were said to be led by a cackling, robed one. This one must see that all walking ones know. Farewell. Okay. Why is Fan Daniel wanting to go to Cartano? Fan Daniel? Who else? It is only a matter of time before the grinning maniac showed himself again. I still have an airship ready to bear you to Cartano. Pray see to your preparations and report to the landing with all haste. At once, milady, let us away. Oh no, unless there's like pieces of Dalamud still there and he wants something from it. Well, I mean, of course there's pieces of Dalamud still there, but why he wants to go there is the question. You outside? Why are you outside? Just hanging out there? Oh, Fordola's here. Hey. Zeta, it would seem Fordola has come all the way to Grindania to help us. Or find us. I have explained the situation, but she insists her business is urgent. Aye, and it'll be over sooner if you shut up and come with me. Oh, he's okay. Is he in a wheelchair, though?
Arenvold! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? The day I craned my neck up at you.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Afraid so. The Kyrians say I may never walk again.
Come on, Alfino, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood. Quite the opposite. All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in. But my fighting days are over. So I want you to fight in my stead. Be the hero I can't.
I am no hero.
That's what they all say, though. No one ever calls themselves a hero. Even the ones who eat primals for breakfast. It's for others to decide. Look, Alfino. You already are a hero. To me and countless others. We see you doing your damnedest to protect us all. And you're not alone, are you? There are people who believe in you, just as you believe in them.
We carry the dreams of many, we'll carry yours too.
I know what's at stake, and how many people are depending on you. But I believe in you. Believe that you'll see it through. That's why I'm entrusting my dreams to you. Like Albert and Owlie once entrusted their dreams to me.
There was a time when I would have borne the weight of such expectations without a second thought. But now, I know just how heavy that burden can be. To tell the truth, I'm beginning to wonder if I chose the right path. Sacrifices will inevitably be made for the sake of the ideals I uphold. Maybe I am not the person I thought I was. The person you think I am.
I wouldn't presume to tell you. But I will say this. In spite of everything, you've come this far. The road ahead might not always be clear, but you've never been one to give up or take the easy way out. And everything you do for others. For a brighter future. I'm proud to call you my friend. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll let you go. I know you've got more important things to be doing. Just give what I've said some thought, all right?
I shall, my friend. And we will meet again soon, I promise.
Nothing left for me to do but wave and smile.
You've got a pretty narrow view of what it means to be a hero, do you know that? You think they're all forged in the fires of battle? That it's all about being brave and killing villains? Alphino and the others will carry on their fight. But theirs isn't the only one. There are other ways you can make a difference. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself and put your bloody mind to it.
There's not much chance of me living the quiet life with you around, is there?
If you're content to twiddle your thumbs thinking of what might have been, that's your lookout. But I reckon you've got some fight left in you.
And I reckon you might be right. If there's a way I can still help my friends, I'll bloody well find it.
Oh boy. That notice is always good. Upon joining the battle at Carcino, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to participate in the battle and view these scenes in their entirety. Progress to the battle will be saved at certain points. In the event that you are defeated, you'll be able to try again from the most recent views. Please note that if you enter battles associated with other quests and log out from the game, the process will be lost. Alright, let's go.
My fellow Scions, as I am sure you will have heard, we can expect no help from Charlie, nor are we any closer to discerning the Telophoroi's grand design. And now, our adversary moves against us in unprecedented numbers, compelling us to answer in kind. The outlook, in short, is bleak. Yet though our foes are many, and we but few, we may still tip the balance in Eorzea's favor.
Of course. We will do what we always do. Deal with the ones our allies can't. A less than daunting prospect, judging by your expression. Could it be that you've dispelled your lingering doubts, Alphino?
Oh, I doubt I ever will. But as my friends have kindly reminded me, I have come this far, and that must count for something.
God be good, Alphino. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along.
For one so bright, you can be remarkably dim at times. There is such a thing as overthinking, you know.
Might I suggest that we continue this conversation after the battle? It would appear that Telophoroi have already arrived.
I'll do what I can to cure the Tempered, but they'll have to be incapacitated first.
Have care, my friends, for none can say wherefore our foe did choose this fateful field to be our battleground. Whatever may transpire, pray grant him not the pleasure of deterring you.
And play as Alistair, I guess. Yep.
Allow me. Just the beginning.
Oh shit. And they give you a lot of time. Cliff, yes. Where should we be? Listen well and judge for yourself, though I can see ethereal currents. I have not thoroughly examined those I've thrown through the heart of Cartano, but now that I am here, things have become clear. The flats conceal an etheric confluence, like the pillars of Azim's step, but greater in scale, far greater. The glyphs that Van Daniels conjured to reach into its very midst. And I believe you know their purpose. Should the Lunoprimals destroy them, it would spark a chain reaction with the potential to obliterate the confluence entirely. The resilient disruption to the flow of aether would sow chaos among the elements, prompting earthquakes, floods, and tempests large enough to lay waste to the realm. That he would go so far cometh as little surprise, but we must needs protect the confluence at all cost. Okay, that's why he was here. Defeat Lunar Odin? Okay. Oh, I got to be the healer this time. I can only give that to myself, okay.
I shall protect thee.
Damn, you look took a long time.
My turn!
May the 12 guide you.
Oh. Stay alive, please.
Away with you!
Oh, okay. Stars MP. Oh. Jesus. Oh, okay, I get it.
Thus another plan went up in smoke. I am beginning to see why Lord Xenos thinks so highly of you. Not that this changes anything, you understand. You have merely earned yourself a stay of execution.
Glory be to Garlemore.
How fare the Tempered?
We've treated as many as we can, but some were beyond help.
Do not hang your heads so, brave scions. Though not all of our captured brethren could be saved, we are grateful for those whose minds have been restored. You could do no more, and that is enough. So please hold your heads high.
I should have been quicker, but I'll do better next time. Thank you for your kind words. They mean a lot.
A victory at great cost, but a victory nonetheless. We must stay strong and press on. Isn't that right?
One battle at a time, we'll get there.
That we will.
I doubt they're gonna really show anything besides art, so I'll skip it for now. Oh hey Emmerich, what are you doing here? We have to say Justinian, you're avoiding him. Open? Okay. I trust you all enjoyed a comfortable flight aboard the Pride of the Ishgardian fleet. Lest you worry, the Bonanza has been towed to a nearby location to be retrieved at your convenience. You have thought of everything, Lord Emmerich, and may I say how much I appreciate the hospitality you afforded us on our way home? Think nothing of it. Our destination lay in the same direction, and it afforded me the perfect opportunity to learn how my errant friend had been since last he took his leave. It would seem that you finally found a place to settle down. I merely grew wary of wandering the Far East. Returning to more serious matters, while the Telepharoi have been driven from Cartano, tis like that bulk of their forces. 'Tis like that the bulk of their forces yet remain. On the evidence of the Grand Company of Eorzea's first joint military operation, however, I am confident that we have the potential to meet such threats head-on, even without the aid of you and yours. As such, while our forces keep the Telepharoi at bay, I would ask that you apply your talents to the task of neutralizing the towers. A sensible diversion of labor. While the towers remain, so do the threat of the lunar primals. And given our expertise in the field of aetherology, we are better qualified to find a solution. That we are, especially should it happen to lie beyond the Alliance's dominion. There is a time and place for formal investigations, of course, but certain secrets are won't tied where only enterprising individuals may venture. I could not agree more. There are none better suited to this task, nor any upon whom I would rather rely. On behalf of the Alliance, I thank you. We look forward to receiving any information you are able to uncover. And with that, I must take my leave. Should you have need of assistance, pray do not hesitate to ask. Fare you well, my friends. I confess, I had hoped to be able to study the towers more closely, vital as they plainly are to the Telepharoi's plan. If we can discern their ultimate function, we will be one step closer to understanding our enemy's grand scheme. Should we succeed in neutralizing them, of course, it is all but certain that the Telepharoi will mount an all-out invasion. And then it will begin. The one who awaits at the heart of chaos will come for us, come for you. Yet, in the end, our true nemesis may be the calamity to end all calamities, the final days themselves. Yes, alright, Alpha Node, we need a plan, not portents. As Thinkred so eloquently pointed out, we are in a position to seek information for all manners of places, not least Charlayan. According to Kryle, the form has been most secretive than ever of late. While this may be related to the appearance of the Telepharoi, that remains a matter of speculation. But one thing is clear, the form is determined to keep us from discovering the truth. Master Fortune no performance at the Lotus Seed was enough to convince me of that. The matter beareth further investigation, I do heartily concur. Nor can I think of more promising place to look for the answers we seek on the matter of the towers. Charlene hath ever been the wellspring of either logical knowledge. I care not where we go, here or there, my lance will be ready. And what of you, Seda? Might you be persuaded to join us? An island of bookworms and bureaucrats. Have we have no other choice? Yeah, sure, why not? Even though I do want to go there. To be frank, I myself would sooner plump for a tropical paradise, but Kryl does need our help, and who knows where that trail may lead us. It appears we are in agreement. We have but to wait for Kryl to secure the necessary permissions. In the meantime, there is a matter I would like to investigate. Does it involve tall structures? By strange coincidence, it does. At present, I only have a creeping suspicion, but with your help, I would soon find out whether my fears are warranted. You learned the emotes shush. Meanwhile, in the Garlean capital, what's good, Xenos? You're a Reaper now?
Those Eorzeans certainly are a stubborn bunch, though I suppose you knew that already. My plan to redirect the ether from Cartano came to a rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was, in many respects, an abject failure. Which does, of course, raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. The obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, though that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
So be it. The dreamer will not complain.
Then let us begin the preparations at once. With the gateway of the gods complete, all that remains is to gather the necessary ether, and our prize shall be within reach. The time has come to fulfill your heart's desire, my desire! To relieve those wretched creatures of their meaningless existence!
While I await you, I shall drink a sea of souls and gorge myself upon the darkened moon. Then you shall come to me, all roiling rage and rancor. And the stars shall bear witness to our final contest.
As I thought, the ethereal currents have been disturbed here too.
It was the same in Thanalan. Make that every location we surveyed.
And the strength of each current has diminished dramatically, far more than could be attributed to a natural occurrence.
What tidings bringest thou from Dravania?
We took a number of readings, and noticed that the closer we were to the tower, the lower the etheric density became. In short,
The towers are drawing upon the land's ether, which would explain how they were able to carry out the summonings.
Our allies must be informed of this. We should return to the Rising Stones and have Tataru relay our findings to them.
Hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Hear me. Darkness comes, and with it, the end. The fate of the star is in your hands.
Are you Vanar? The heart of Highland?
Everything all right back there?
Alright. The last story for the next 6 months. One thing I'm surprised is Tataru didn't make a new clothing set for us. Alright. Hang on. I want to see if a certain someone has new information. Or new dialogue, I should say. Hey kid. Nope. What about you? Well, that's gonna be it for now. I don't really feel like doing the Bajda stuff immediately. So, thank y'all for coming out. Hope you have a good day. I probably won't stream Disco Elysium later, but I'll try to make up for that over the weekend. Have a good day. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.